Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. There are a few topics that I want to get into in this video, but I first want to start off by talking about the actress Neicy Nash, because recently Neicy Nash surprised a lot of people when she announced that she got married to a woman. Now, the woman she married is Jessica Betts. Jessica Betts is a musician, and I believe she met Neicy on the set of Claws. However, they might have known each other a little longer than that. They actually knew each other dating back to 2016 because Jessica posted a video of Neicy back in July 2016.
Jessica Betts is an artist that feeds your soul. Get into it. I love you, Jessica.
Jessica said, "So excited about my next Betts project. I asked a few friends to join me on this one. Special thanks to Neicy Nash for being an inspiration. 100% stay tuned. Documentary coming soon." And Neicy said, "Get into it." And she posted several heart emojis. In 2018, they also were hanging out together on the set of Claws, and Neicy referred to Jessica as her homegirl.
When you get to hang out on set with your homegirl.
Now, what's interesting is during the time that Neicy was friends with Jessica, Neicy was actually married. She was married to a man named Jay Tucker. Neicy and Jay Tucker were married for 8 years. But last year, Neicy decided to divorce her husband, Jay Tucker, and she released an announcement from her and her ex-husband saying, "We believe in the beauty of truth, always have. Our truth is that in this season of our lives, we are better friends than partners in marriage. Our union was such a gorgeous ride, and as we go our separate ways now, we feel fortunate for the love we share." Present tense. Thank you all out there for your support of us as a couple over the last 8 years. We are grateful. When Neicy finalized her divorce from her husband, all of a sudden, she started dating her homegirl, Jessica Betts. And I'm wondering if they may have had an entanglement situation while Neicy was married. I'm not saying that they did, but the timing is very, very suspect. But congratulations to Neicy and Jessica. That was definitely a surprise announcement. Anyway, moving on, I do want to talk about the versus battle between Monica and Brandy. I have to say this versus was definitely the best, and also it was a mood lifter because after all the sadness surrounding Chadwick Boseman's death and all the craziness going on in the world, this versus came right on time because it was a great distraction. And I needed the distraction. I actually enjoyed it. Even though it was long, I still tried to keep awake to watch the whole thing because I wanted to review it. And I'm sure some of y'all are wondering, who do I think won this battle? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. When I finished watching the verses, I kind of felt like it was a tie. I couldn't really pick a clear winner. Brandy, as we all know, has a lot of hits and a lot of classics. Most people like her older classics from the 90s, even though I personally love her 2000s albums. And Monica has a lot of hits too, but she actually has more hits from the 2000s. So a lot of people are more familiar with her recent work than they are with Brandy's recent work. So overall, I really thought it was a tie, but I will give Brandy an edge because I think she had a lot of energy, a lot of personality, and she was singing the whole time. She looked like she was really enjoying herself. Not to mention, she had some moments where she kind of flexed on Monica. She told a story about when she first met Tupac and how he gave her a shout out in his song, "Me and My Girlfriend."
I was at the Set It Off premiere, right? And, I was just starting out. All of these stars was there. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So Tupac walks by me. And, I go in. I'm like, oh my God, it's Pac, it's Pac, it's Pac. Oh my God, Pac. He was like, Brandy. I was like, you know me? Like, really, you know me? So he said, yeah, I want to be down, Brandy. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So the only thing I could think of saying was West Side. And I don't know why I did that. I beat myself up for like a week for saying West Side to Tupac, child. It was a mess. But later on, I heard my name in one of his greatest songs. So I want to play that.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
I thought that was a cute Tupac story, and the way the Tupac song Me and My Girlfriend transitioned into I Wanna Be Down was just epic. That was like probably my favorite moment of the whole show. And also Brandy brought up the fact that Biggie gave her a shout out in his song Another, and then that transitioned to Sitting Up in My Room, and she also played a snippet of her Cinderella song with Whitney Houston. So Brandy was pulling tricks out the bag, and I think that gave her a slight edge. And her whole group was cheering her on. You could even see her brother Ray J was standing on the sidelines being extra and singing every run, every song. It was just a fun vibe. They were just having a fun moment. Now, I do want to talk about some of my favorite Monica moments. Monica didn't really sing as much, but when she did, I enjoyed it. She was kind of playing it cool the whole show, and I think it was kind of due to the fact that she and Brandy just started talking after not talking to each other for 8 years. And she was still a little standoffish because she really needs more time to warm up to Brandy. And I'm going to talk about that a little later on in this video. But I do want to talk about some of my favorite moments that Monica had. Monica played a lot of songs that I loved. And I was even surprised that she played Sideline H.O. I'm just going to call it Sideline O in this video. But I used to love this song, and Monica did dedicate this song to Young Miami from the City Girls. Young Miami said that she wanted to hear it, so Monica played it for her.
And Carisha, I'm about to dig in a bag. My girl from the City Girl.
Okay.
She had a playlist for me.
I should have known that. I should have known. I'm sorry, Carisha.
But the thing is, I can't play everything from that bag for the girls that's like me. Mm-hmm. But I got one that I cannot come to Versus and not play.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Don't
God.
make me pull my song. I've been on my best behavior all day because they said this was going like all over the world.
Why couldn't it be Sideline?
No, see, that you can't feel the impact
That's
of.
true. Right.
But you felt it when I said, oh.
But you had to go.
Oh.
Do it again.
You felt it,
Do it again.
right?
Do it again.
You saw it. Watch it happen again. Oh.
Wait a minute with the harmony. Oh. Sorry, baby. Oh.
Wait a minute, get in.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Listen, I meant that thing. Do you know what it's like to find out
Sorry,
somebody you love is cheating with somebody and then she tried to tell you how important she is?
Oh my God, yes.
So
I have a song on the new album like that too, but can't
Tank,
play it.
listen, I was telling Tank the story.
Mm-hmm. Tank the singer?
Tank the singer.
Tank
And
the singer
the incredible writer.
I mean, he's great.
So I'm telling him the story, and I'm like, she really trying to tell me how important she is. You a sideline hoe. You over here on the side while we got a whole life. And he said, wait a minute.
That's him too. Wait a minute. Yes.
That's the song.
Tank is dramatic like that, but I thought that was a fun story. But what I didn't appreciate was when Young Miami tried to come for Brandy. Now, apparently Young Miami felt away when Monica brought up her name and Brandy was like, who's that? Now, most people don't really know that Young Miami's government name is Carisha, so they just know her as Young Miami from the City Girl. So Brandy was genuinely confused at first, but she wasn't being shady. However, Young Miami took it personal and she tweeted and quickly deleted this: I only know 2 Brandy songs, so we even.
Oh, Carisha, please.
When people saw this tweet, they dragged Young Miami because they were like, how are you going to come for the vocal Bible? Just because you're Team Monica doesn't mean you have to disrespect Brandy. But Young Miami did say that she was just joking, and she was also showing Brandy love on her Instagram story. She was singing her song, so it's clear that she knows some of Brandy's music, but I think she initially was in her feelings, and it really was unnecessary because Brandy didn't mean any harm by what she said. But anyway, I like the versus battle between Monica and Brandy. It was a celebratory moment, and their battle got 1.2 million views on Instagram Live alone. They broke the record for having the highest views on Versus, and Swiss and Timbaland even said that they had more views than the VMAs. Oop. So Brandy and Monica really did it for the culture, and I know it was hard for them to sit down and talk after 8 years of not speaking. And I want to get into this because people did notice that the energy between them was off in the beginning. Most people who are aware of the history between Brandy and Monica know that they were pitted against each other throughout their career, but a lot of people may not know they actually had two fallouts. The first fallout was when Monica put her hands on Brandy right before they performed at the VMAs. But later on in 2012, they did come back together and they actually collaborated on the song It All Belongs to Me. However, they had another fallout and they didn't talk to each other for 8 years. 8 years. And I believe that there are several factors that came into play. I believe that Brandy wanted to go on tour with Monica, but that never happened, which probably caused some rift between them. Also, I do think they had a gripe over the song The Boy Is Mine, because The Boy Is Mine is originally Brandy's song. Brandy co-wrote on it and she invited Monica to be featured on the song. However, I think Clive Davis used the song on Monica's album and even named Monica's album after the single to capitalize off of the success of the song. However, the song is Brandy's, and I don't think Brandy approved of Monica's label taking her song to put on Monica's album. So I think Brandy probably fought for the legal rights to the song, which is why The Boy Is Mine is no longer available on Monica's album. At least if you play it in the US, it's not available. And I could be wrong about this, but I do feel like this is one of the reasons why Monica and Brandy fell out the second time, because when the song was taken off of Monica's album, this affected her streams. And I think this is why Monica refuses to sing the song. She doesn't perform it at her shows, and she didn't sing it at the Verzuz either. So that's just my theory on why there might be some unresolved tension between Monica and Brandy. Also, I think their personalities are just different. Monica is a little bit more laid back, but she's not the type of person that you try. She's not the type of person that likes to play around. However, Brandy plays around a lot, and sometimes she might unintentionally offend people with her humor.
I've been on my best behavior the last few years.
Good.
But there was a time
When you were not?
when I was kicking in doors and smacking
You
chicks.
sure was. I was
I've been delivered. I've been delivered.
since
But I
people
did make a
know-
little song about it. Wait, since people know what?
Since people know about it, I was one of them ones.
One of them ones that what? Ooh,
But it's over. But it was a joke. You should have laughed it and played it.
it wasn't funny.
It was.
People think I'm abusive. That's not what
You're not
happened.
abusive.
That sounded like I was abusive.
But you the one said you were kicked in and go and.
But I didn't say you.
Well, no, you didn't kick in my door.
Right. So why would you say you was one of the
sorry.
ones?
I shouldn't have said that. That's probably gonna go viral. I shouldn't have said that. I'm
No.
so sorry, y'all. I didn't mean no shade by
I
that.
just said I was
trying to
delivered.
I was trying to make a joke. You know, I try to work on my comedy.
What had happened was
I was trying to work on my comedy.
we
That's
had
why.
disagreement. That's what happened.
I know.
We had disagreement, and
This mean you're not gonna do the tour? I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
you know what?
I gotta clean it up for us
Clean it
because you know we low key a little group right now. We're group.
We are not a group.
Today, are we gonna be a group when that dun 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 come in? You'll know we a group then. It's mine. Yeah. Please be on the lookout for the tour. Thank you. Exit stage. Just keep on walking, darling. Keep walking. Keep walking.
Even though there were some awkward moments between Brandy and Monica, I think they do have a genuine love and respect for each other, but it's going to take some time for them to really work together again. Monica did say at the beginning of the show that they talk things out because they haven't been speaking for 8 years. So there's a lot for them to patch up. They couldn't just go into the Verzuz and be all buddy-buddy. Now, Brandy was friendly and she was open, but Monica still had a standoffish energy, and I think it's because they just got back cool. So it's gonna take time for them to rebuild their friendship.
I love Missy. She, like, you guys have a very like magical chemistry.
And you know what? No one wanted to see us do this more. But she wanted us to be here. She wanted you and I to be here.
Yeah, she should do a song for us.
She wanted us to see each other, like, seriously.
That's dope.
Every day for 3 days.
That's really, really dope. Thank you, Missy. Shout out to Missy.
Yeah, every day.
She probably the reason why you here. She probably got you to get here.
Don't do that.
She probably got you
Don't
like,
do
"Come
that.
on,
Don't
you gotta do it, you
don't
gotta
do
it,
that.
you gotta
Don't do
it,
that,
you gotta
friend. Don't do that.
You gotta do
Don't do
it.
that.
You gotta do it.
There were a lot of factors. There were a lot of factors, and one of them was that I wanted to speak to you face to face.
Absolutely.
I feel like the more we're talked about, the more it led it to be difficult, unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily difficult.
And I really am a straight shooter, and I really do admire what you've done musically and what you've also had to endure personally. I don't know all of it, but I know some of it. And then at the same time, you are a real student of the arts. Acting, everything happening at once, being a mom and everything else, it's the real deal. So it was time for us to have the conversation that was had earlier.
Absolutely.
Period.
And I just need you to know that I have the utmost love and respect for you as well, no matter, the times where it seemed like I didn't.
Thank you.
I mean, for somebody to start at 12 years old, 12, that's different. Like the longevity of your career, like you never gave up no matter what you've been through. And I know a lot of the things that you've endured.
Yeah.
And you're still here with your Fendi on, looking fly. Period. Fendi cut the check.
ASAP.
Okay?
Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.